Hello, solvers, and welcome to this week's episode of The Infinite Escape Room. This is a Pubisode week, so if you want to hear the escape room itself, go back one episode and listen to And 1, 2, 3, 4. The reasons for that title will now hopefully be clear to you. So, this week in the pub, join Anna, Jamie, John, and Emma to discuss last week's room, Anna's haunting biscuit-based dreams, better ways to talk to mad people about hell, how to impersonate King Charles while staying prostrate a lot, and the effects, good and bad, of alcohol consumption before escape rooms. Well, here we are, guys, in the Radish and Pedo, which I got to say is looking a little bit worse for wear. It's really gone downhill since it went out of fashion in the 70s.
Topical.
So, yeah, a bit dusty and a bit empty, what with most of its clientele being in prison or dead. Well, I'll kick off, shall I? I'm going to order from the bar. Actually, it's the kind of thing that you could order from this bar.
Oh, no.
What is
I am ordering a tin of Hail to the King Best Bitter.
Oh, wow. That is...
very patriotic.
Yeah, there's a dog with a crown.
There's a dog with a crown. It's got bunting on it.
Wow.
And it has been brewed in partnership with Freedom Brewery.
Oh, wow.
Sounds like the kind of made-up institution, like a think tank that was made up to make it sound like Brexit had widespread support, you know?
But also it's got, it's a King Charles Spaniel, though. So it's probably for the coronation, isn't it?
It is indeed a King Charles Spaniel.
And we've got a king now,
spotted.
King Charles.
It does have a very strong scent of colonialism about it, so I'm hoping the flavour is either an Imperial Stout or an India Pale Ale.
Yeah.
Well, it just said bitter, and it is from Aldi, so let's manage those expectations down, shall we?
But I like that
go.
it's more of a feel of a cavalier than a Roundhead. Like, it's like kind of more like refined royalty.
Yeah. They've managed to come up with a beer so bland that chilling it does not improve it.
Wow.
Is this the first time you've drunk it? Or you've had
it? It is.
Oh.
Is that what it says on the can? That's terrible. They need to fire their copy.
Here's the blurb. A malt-driven beer with little hop character, a touch of bitterness on the finish from roasted barley, and a deep reddish hue imparted by the malt used for its production, as opposed to other malts. Expect toasty and caramel flavours along with a light, coffee-like bitter finish. What a crock of... Anna, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a lovely Kronenberg 1664, chased down with a bit of Garibaldi biscuit.
Oh, lovely.
Wow.
Little
Are
sticky
you
Gary
dipping the biscuit in the Kronenberg?
Sorry? No, I'm not dipping. No,
You're more of a
Is it
pourer.
gone
No, the thing is, so I had a dream last night that a very angry woman was telling me off for not finishing the packet of Garibaldis. And so I woke up this morning and I thought there was only 2 left. And I thought, well, you know, I've
Don't
been
want to piss
told
her off.
I better finish them.
Yeah.
The prophecy.
My prophecy. Something terrible might happen if I hadn't finished the packet of Garibaldi. So I finished it.
I have to say, Anna, I, as a policy, do not follow the instructions given to me in dreams.
Yeah, but when they're so specific and easy to follow, and the woman was very angry. She was very upset that I hadn't finished the packet of Garibaldi. So I just added the biscuit because, as usual, yes, I am drinking a cheap beer. Not a fancy beer.
As am I. Jamie, what are you drinking?
Hi, I'm Jamie, and I went and got a selection of the fanciest / most Welsh-sounding beers I could for this recording. So I'm drinking a bottle of Gwydion from... Hang on, let me get through the name. The brewery is the Bragdy Llew Brewery.
One more time.
Bragdy Llew.
Sorry, there was some interference there. I didn't catch that.
The Welsh language is basically static. There's a little map, thankfully. It's right up in North Wales, near Anglesey, but not on the island itself. And it's surprisingly strong for a 4.7% beer. I quite like it. It describes itself as strong and magical, just like the man Gwydion himself. Highly recommended.
Strong and magical. Fair enough.
Once again, I picked it purely based on the label. There's like
that's a good
there's
way.
a wizard
there,
and he's like blasting shit with his stick. You know, I can't say no.
I see. Emma, bring us home.
I'm Bailey, and I'm working up to be a professional Prosecco bubble counter. I've got my Prosecco. So,
Lovely.
yeah.
And what number glass of Prosecco are you on, Bailey?
3.
Nice. What's the bubble count on that bad boy?
Okay.
It's not bad. I got it.
It must be going down, surely. It must be going down because the bottle is sitting presumably, so the bubble count in each glass must.
I don't know the scientific nature of it. I just count the bubbles, John. Like don't ask me how it works. Yeah, but actually, this was really good. If you've got a Nectar card with Sainsbury's, £5 a bottle.
Bloody hell!
So I got me some of them.
Nice.
So and it's actually nice.
Nice.
So.
This is the BBC. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you this breaking news. The Russian Federation has launched a nuclear attack against the West. Please proceed to a show. I'm just kidding. Emma's internet went down for a bit. So we waited.
Was it something I said? Oh my goodness, I've just realised something. So the podcast episode was set in hell. The last time we set a podcast in hell, the recording went to pieces. And I think it was Emma, like Bailey, back then, dropped out halfway through. This is exactly what happened last time.
What happens when you don't repent?
Or is this Mike playing the long game with his treachery? Like 3 years.
Okay, while we're waiting for Bailey to return, let's chew the cud about the room we've just done, guys. So you were indeed in the waiting room of hell. That was, I said as a hint in the room, that was a classic example of the hard things being easy and the easy things being hard. And I was true to that. You'd solved and used the number sequence very, very quickly and understood what was happening very quickly. Every time you dialed the phone, got customer services and gave the wrong answer about where you were, all the numbers shifted one.
Yeah.
Now, you dialed correctly the first time, which slightly ruined that interaction because I was hoping you were going to try a few numbers and it would start moving things around in the room, and that would completely confuse you.
And then it came back.
So, Bailey, welcome back. We just started talking about the room, and I was just saying to the guys that the number sequence, you actually solved all that stuff really early. You had everything solved except where you were in about 8 minutes.
Hey,
that was pretty freaking sweet.
Which is amazing. At several points, you initially and then Jamie both said hell. You said, are we in hell? But never used it on the phone line. And Jamie, I think at one point you went, hell, in frustration. I thought, yep.
Keep going.
That's right.
Yep.
And Emma, while your internet was down, you wrote to the group WhatsApp, fucking hell, which is what the ghosts were representing.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, shit.
Was I right about the other things?
Okay, try and work them out.
So I thought it was hell freezing over.
No.
Okay, Judas's coins.
No.
Oh, okay.
Bat out of hell. Was the bats bat out of hell?
Bat out of hell, correct, Jamie?
Of course.
Can you do the other two?
Like a snowball, like a snowball in hell? Hell of a snowball?
Or was a snowball's chance in hell?
Boom, Jamie.
Oh, Jamie.
Nice.
Not a snowball's chance in hell.
Oh, okay. And
fucking hell, a bat out of hell, and the coin?
Where the hell are my fucking coins?
What? No. Think about this. So for that one, let me just reread it. A ghostly coin slot exists in the wall. Every few seconds, there is the sound of an indistinct voice on the other side of the wall berating someone. Then a trio of ghostly coins fall through the slot.
Money won't buy you happiness?
No, it's about hell.
Oh, okay.
What would that voice be shouting?
This is like a
take you and your money straight to hell.
Fuck
Go
off.
to hell, you and your money.
You can't take it with you. You can't.
No.
This is like catchphrase now, John.
It is.
I do love
this
catchphrase.
Is catchphrase.
Say
in
what
hell.
you hear.
It is. No, this room was very say what you see.
Oh, voices.
Right, think about it. It's often kind of an Americanism.
Oh God, America. Sorry, America. America.
Take your coins and get the hell out of my room.
Shop.
There'll be hell to pay.
Oh, Oh, very
Nice.
good, John.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cheers. Yeah, that was good.
Sneaky.
Though Emma, you were totally on the right track.
Yeah.
You just
I got them all
started
wrong.
talking about what they represented. You got one right.
Which one?
You
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
You didn't, but like hell freezing over was not correct, but you were on the right track with talking about the items in terms of hell, and that was why you were in hell. You were in hell. You were in fucking hell. There were hell to pay. Bat out of hell, and not a snowball's chance in hell.
Yeah.
Nice. Sneaky.
Now,
Awesome.
So-
Yeah, I like that.
but there were two components to the room. There was the figure out where you are, and then there was figure out what number to dial on the phone to get customer services. Now, what I thought was going to happen was that you would start using numbers, call customer services as you did initially, get the wrong answer, the numbers would all change, and that would confuse you. And it sort of did, but it sort of didn't, because you kept very, very careful track of how much everything was. So you never didn't know what to type in the phone. That section was actually easier than I'd intended. I thought that was going to be trickier. You did fixate on the list of numbers a little bit, but you very quickly worked out that there was only one combination missing. And so those were all the combinations in the phone. The skeleton had been trying and hadn't got the phone to ring.
Got the right, and then got it on the.
And there was one left. So once you did that the first time and you got it right instantly, I made a mistake. I made that part of the room slightly too easy. I made the order that the numbers were in clockwise around the room because I was concerned about how difficult the other interaction was, and I didn't want it to be like three really hard things.
I think it would have, like, because we were so stumped on where we were.
Because the hint of which the order for the numbers was the combination that was missing in the list.
Yeah.
And I should have let that be the big enough hint, but I was worried that it wouldn't work, so I put it in clockwise order, and you just did that, and oh, damn. So that bit you sailed through really quickly. And then I thought, oh, God, they've only been in there 7 minutes, and all they've got to do is work out where they are. I'm screwed. I'm going to do a dom. And how the room gets sold in like 9 minutes by one person. But then the good old human ability to overcomplicate something simple came to the fore. And you guys tried everything.
I felt so lost at certain points there.
But the tragic point there, Anna, was that the bit you felt lost on was already sold.
I know. Why did you make me look at all those numbers? Yeah. I read them out as well.
You did.
You did a good job.
Did you read them out?
No.
You read some numbers out.
I tried.
I tell you what, you stumped me a bit, John, because when we were asking like what the floor and the ceiling and everything looked like, you were very much like, it is a plain stone wall. But it was all the same. So then I was like, well, are we just in a... That's why the second time I was like, just a plain grey stone wall, a room, and I was... so that stumped me a bit. And then the warm. But then you said it's slightly warm. I was like, oh.
So the slightly warm thing, I thought, well, give them something.
Yeah, that was a good clue. I should have stuck to my guns, and we would have been out there sooner.
You would have been. Had you actually tried hell on the customer services line when you first thought of it, Emma, you guys would have been out and there in like 12 minutes.
Wow.
It's the fastest room I've ever done.
Been tied for the fastest solve we've ever had.
Yeah.
But I wanted an interaction where you could come up with the right idea and even say it. All you had to do was say it, but you had to say it in the correct sort of circumstance. You had to pick up the phone and dial the number and then say it when the customer services guy asked. Otherwise, the second somebody said hell, the room would kind of be over, and there's a decent possibility that someone's just going to say that.
That's part of the beauty of the simplicity of it, though, is that there wasn't much else for us to interact with.
You were just left there with yourselves.
Yeah, even if we'd correctly interpreted the 4 different sayings as being part of hell, at least I would have still overcomplicated it and gone, there's something else to it, and then I would have gone down the rabbit hole, because that's what my brain likes to do. So I like that, that even though there wasn't much to distract us, we still distracted ourselves so much.
I also wanted a room where the same thing works for 2 solves. So the ghosts were both the number you had to dial in the phone and also the hint of where you are.
Yeah.
And it was the same figures doing the same thing. Me and Mike did a real live room recently where the I won't name it just in case someone goes, where the method of solving all of the puzzles was the same.
Oh.
Like every single puzzle, you had to do the solution in the same place. And it wasn't like, oh, enter the number here. It was much more like physically interactive. You had to move a load of stuff around to a certain position for each puzzle solve. And they could be done in any order. And I really liked that as an alternative. Like you had a sort of solving center in the room, and you'd always go back to that place to do your solve physically and then find out if it worked. And if you're right, and then go off and do something else.
Oh, cool.
It was an interesting way of avoiding, endless combination locks.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
That's cool. Yeah, when we first saw those combinations of numbers, my instinct was there's a padlock somewhere that we're not seeing. I didn't even consider the phone until I think Bailey, you were like, just dial the number. Like, oh shit, yeah, other things can have digits, not just combination locks.
Yeah.
Combination.
I was a bit worried though when it took us like the first 5 minutes just to work out how the skeleton was positioned, and it meant nothing. It meant nothing.
That was beautiful.
It was fun though. It was fun.
Yeah, prostrate.
Yeah.
Prostrate. I love the word prostrate because it's so easy to get wrong.
Yeah.
It's such a U-turn of meaning. If you get it wrong, it goes from something sort of almost spiritual to something just plainly anatomical.
Yes. That a skeleton does not have, like you said. So
the skeleton does not have it. Does not have a prostate.
But you've got how would the skeleton in your, like when you use the word originally, how was the skeleton lying in your mind, like outstretched like that?
So right, I have a little admission. I was under the misapprehension that prostrate simply meant helpless. Sort of slumped helpless.
That's what I thought, just
or
lying
defenselessly.
on the floor.
Yeah. And Anna, you dug out a definition that basically said that as well.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh, yes.
Anyway, and to be fair, at the coronation of King Charles III, we all got down prostrate in front of our televisions.
Yes.
And swore our oath of allegiance.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
Yeah,
in case they're listening,
You used to, especially you, Emma.
Yeah, definitely me and Jamie. Like,
I didn't
really well.
even know that it was happening that day, and it just happened to me randomly. As you know,
you just in the middle of the street.
Yeah, I was just in the middle of my shopping.
Did Prince Charles, the King Charles, appear to you in a dream and berate you for not being prostrate?
Yeah,
I'm very disappointed in you.
I'll tell Camilla. We'll beat you senseless.
Or you're doing Prince Charles impersonation.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go. Camilla, you need to get up and put yourself prostrate on. Oh no, not like that, Camilla. No.
That's quite a good one.
That was a bit
I
weird.
thought that was good.
That was good.
Thank you. Was there anything in the room that you felt was unduly misleading or unfair?
I think it was everything that we needed was there. I suppose for me, I didn't even consider the wordplay aspect of those four elements in the walls as being idioms for different things of hell. The only thing that might have clued it in more potentially, no, because I was going to say maybe like double hockey sticks, because in the US at least, when they instead of saying hell, they spell it HE double hockey sticks because they don't want to spell the word hell.
I didn't know that.
Really? I've never heard that.
Yeah. It usually correlates with the same areas that want to promote fascism in the 21st century. Don't like to say the word hell because,
If you're at the point, if those people are listening, they've had a tough time.
Oh, they are seething.
I feel if you're at a point where you can't even mention the made-up nasty afterlife, because even the mention of the name of the made-up nasty afterlife is enough to either send you there, I guess, or like make a bad thing happen, then you're at a level of superstition that is beyond what is asked of you in the Christian faith.
Yeah.
I know, like, some people don't like it because they view it as like a swear word and a curse word.
Curse word, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But there's worse. Like, it's just like, and HE double hockey sticks. Like, it's just a weird.
I really like faux swear words where it's something not just like, sugar.
Shut the front door.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut the front door. I love stuff like that when you're shouting something really, really inoffensive, loudly and angrily. That's great.
Yeah. Anything can be a swear word within a conviction. My all-time favourite is is from the IT crowd, where Masters just goes, ploppers.
The comedic timing.
Nice 180 on that. Did you plan to do a room set in hell already? Was it based on Steps ending?
No, I wanted to do a room. I sort of didn't really do it. This always happens to me where I have a concept that I want to do, but I can't come up with a whole room to fit in that. So it ends up being a sideshow. And the concept was that I wanted to do a room where you're on a phone line for the whole thing.
Ooh.
And you're going round and round in this nightmare of like a customer services support line from hell, where you never get anywhere and you're bounced between departments and you're on hold, and then they hang up and you have to go through the entire process again and just make it really, really awful as a representation of hell. And then my brain went, yeah, but that's really, really hard.
Yeah.
Or I could have set one in hell again. And the ghost thing then came to me.
I think it's the limitations of a podcast. You know, when you've got to rely on description, and describing it in a way that it makes sense, and you're not going, blah, 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 you know, just like going round and round. But I really liked it, John.
Yeah, I did.
Jamie, I think it maybe needed a better hint for where you are, and then one more thing to solve after that. And it would be a bit fuller, a bit more fleshed out.
Yeah, maybe it could have been one more little, one
more thing.
Puzzle.
I think one thing that might have clued us into where we were potentially a little bit earlier is when you mentioned the floor being slightly warm, have that temperature increase as time went on. Or with every wrong answer we give and the cycle repeats, it gets progressively hotter.
You could have even had two set of clues, nice. That you had all those elements that you already had, and then perhaps like a little poem or something, or like a riddle about hell.
I mean, I'm sure there's many good ones. That would have been good. It's so hard, because when it's the same what you see thing, like idioms about hell, it's a solve where you will suddenly get it instantly and know the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the tipping point for when a person's mind sees it and thinks about it in a different way for a moment and realizes, and pop, it's there. I find it really hard to judge stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where that moment is. It's different for different people. Yeah. That's why I wanted idioms, because
they were good.
It's stuff that we all just sort of know, but it's background. It's stuff that you've heard, phrases that someone has said or that have been on TV or in culture generally, and just sort of floating around, rather than some like a specific piece of literary knowledge that you need or wouldn't need, or that would give you an advantage. Something that you all have definitely heard all of these things and are definitely aware of them and definitely associate them with hell, but present them out of context as images that just make no sense. And it makes it. There's something about that that says something interesting about the human brain, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because the word has been removed entirely from the place. Like you say fucking hell or the hell to pay. Like very rarely is somebody actually picturing a physical space or even like a dimensional thing. It's literally it's a word. It's a reflex when you say it.
Phrase.
I have to say, I was very pleased with fucking hell.
That was good.
The dick mashing was top notch.
The mashing was a beautiful invention from you guys. But my hint there was the shocked expressions on all of their faces, as if they were in the middle of saying,
fucking hell.
Hell.
I thought it was more of a my dick's getting mashed.
Oh no, I'm in hell.
I'm in hell.
I'm in hell.
Just to add to the Dante's Inferno thing.
Well, we did do the Circles of Hell.
We have
way back when.
Yeah.
We did do the Circles of Hell. We only did 4 circles, I think. It was during lockdown.
Yeah.
I think I remember. I don't know if I was on that, but I definitely remember.
And you were, and that was back when each of us. That was in the early days. That was when each of us brought a little room.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Everyone brought a puzzle. And there was a beautiful. I remember in your puzzle, baby, there was a beautiful moment where yours ended up with like a formula, like being not a sum. And as we were working it out on our little calculators, you literally went, "I really hope this works. I really hope the answer is right."
Oh my god, that's an oldie, isn't it? Oh man,
Love it.
Yeah, same as you, Anna. Maths is not my strong point.
Oh dear, no.
So,
But this room had the appearance of maths, but had no maths in it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Lots of numbers, no actual maths required at
Just a
all.
bamboozle us.
And I've a huge problem with maths in escape rooms. Me and Mike again did a room local to here, and you can listen to our review of that room on the first Mike and John Review the Room mini episodes page.
ooh, that's
Bonus.
cool.
And there was an equation, not an equation. There was a sum you had to do in it, and you had to remember the GCSE method for the order to do the different
What,
functions in
BODMAS?
the sum to get the right answer. BODMAS.
Oh, my God.
I had to remember BODMAS, and the hint when I got it wrong was. Well, I think it was BIDMAS.
Yes,
But
BIDMAS.
The hint that came up on the screen was remember BIDMAS, and I lost my.
Yeah, I'd be like, throw down tools, getting out of here. Goodbye.
I'm not here to learn, bitch.
No.
I did not pay 30 quid a
Like,
To
pop
remember
To come and
GCSE maths.
I wonder if
to
any-
come and refail GCSE.
Oh, God.
Well, I nearly punched a hole through the door in a Harry Potter theme room. So, like if they'd
Oh, did
presented
you do-
BODMAS to me,
Yeah.
I would have lost my mind. Like, yeah, same as you. Oh my God.
BIDMAS. I'm looking this up now. BIDMAS.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, don't.
Bracket.
Why would you do that to
indices,
yourself, Anna?
Division, multiplication. Because I had flashbacks. That's why.
Oh, in addition to the
Relive the trauma.
Oh, I should have put algebra in there.
Oh, I had a maths tutor. And she was the best lady, and her house.
And you failed her.
You'd walk in, and there were just towers of books, and I was just like, I'm going to die in here because they were just completely untethered to anything. And I remember having a maths tutoring session in the middle of the room, and a little mouse came up and
Was
just
this a
stared at me.
dream?
No, this one was real. No, this woman was real. She hoarded books, and I loved her very much. She was amazing. But yes, no, she tried to get a binder out from one of the things, and I had to stop her because she was going to cause an avalanche.
Wow.
Just injure us both. No, she's a nice lady, but I don't know if she's still alive. But yes, I got a B. I got a B.
Oh,
Pretty damn good.
Well done.
Damn
That's
good.
the extra
I got a B.
tutoring. They managed to tutor me up to a B for GCSE maths. Very happy about that.
Good on her.
oh, well done.
And then you spent that tuition, that knowledge by drawing rocks for a living.
Yeah, maths in escape rooms is my kryptonite, where I assume in the moment that I can do the maths puzzle. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, not that great at the best of times. With the time pressure added, I absolutely suck. But every time I go in, I try again, like an idiot.
It's amazing how much worse the time pressure makes people at doing simple
Yeah.
things, at doing things that they would be perfectly capable. The last room I did, actually not the last room, the one before, had as the final puzzle a pretty simple. There's a thing in one place with some symbols on it and numbers attached to the symbols, and a thing in the other place which shows you the symbols inside phrases. The order that the symbols are shown is the number that is the code. And that's the last thing in the room, right? Pretty straightforward. We had 45 seconds to go on a 75-minute room, and it was just the two of us. And so we were so close, and we knew we were so close to the end. And it took us, I think, 4 attempts to do this final puzzle. And had we like failed the 5th attempt, we would have failed the room
God.
at the final hurdle. Doing something so straightforward as square equals 2, triangle equals 4, therefore it is 2, 4. Really basic stuff.
Oh.
chucking a load of time pressure
Yeah.
at the end, and watch human beings screw it
The
up.
best way to offset that is with 2 pints before the room, I found. That's the sweet spot, is 2 beers.
2
Yeah.
beers, and you're great
Brains
at
lubricated.
ball, escape rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Negotiations for, foreign policy. You're good at all sorts of things after 2 beers. Yeah.
That explains all the parties in Lockdown at Checkers. They were just getting their brains lubed up before some intense negotiation.
Yeah.
So let's unpack that then. So, because that's true, Anna, like that's the thing. Definitely with the pool.
Yeah. Definitely.
But it's not just pool. It's anything that requires, and maybe anything that gets sabotaged badly by nerves. Like loads of actors famous actors have been known to drink before going on
Yeah.
to calm their nerves, and then give beautiful performances, but need to be a little bit squiffy for them, but only a little bit, and then many of them become massive alcoholics, and it ruins their lives. But it's a thing, isn't it? it's taking off that frazzled edge that sabotages you.
The best analogy that I've heard for the way that beer makes you smarter, I think this came from Cheers, was that if you look at a herd of buffalo or wildebeest in Africa, they only move as fast as the slowest member of the herd. So your brain cells are the buffalo. It only moves as fast as the slowest brain cell. Alcohol kills brain cells in the same way that a lion kills wildebeest. Lions go for the weakest and slowest members of the pack. Therefore, overall, the average speed of the pack increases because the slowest have been picked off.
I love this.
So drinking 2 beers before an escape room means that you're smarter because you've killed off all the duds.
I'm going to have to steal that fact. That is amazing.
That's a great... I like that.
Would we say fact?
Yes.
That's a true fact.
Yes, we
That's a
would.
true fact.
Completely true,
Absolutely.
real,
That is a true fact.
not fake news.
It's not fake news.
From Truth Social, Bigly.
So there you go.
Big news. Yeah.
That's my excuse.
That was beautiful, Jamie.
I love that.
And actually, we got to get a brain surgeon on.
I thought you were going to say we got to get a brain cell. We've got to
We gotta
get
get
one.
a brain.
We got to get one brain cell and test it.
Let's get a neuroscientist and an alcoholic on at the same time and see who's smarter.
But there's something there. There's a self-sabotaging element of the way that we react to stress that is neutralized by just a little of the depressing influence of alcohol and just a little.
Yeah.
We should test this scientifically by getting a bunch of us different degrees of pissed and do an escape room and see who has the best time.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact
See who's the best
that
outcome.
6 beers is not good
No.
to solve an escape room.
Have you done this?
Yes.
Have you done an escape room? Trash?
Yeah, this is years ago. We went to a launch of an escape room and
A launch as well.
There was
Oh,
a bar-
gosh.
No, Hammerberg. There was a bar on site, and we were waiting for some friends. They were running late, so we were just necking cans of cider at the bar. By the time they got there, we were pretty smashed.
Oh no.
So we did the room, didn't get out, failed. It was their hardest room as well. We failed miserably. We got out. They felt a bit bad for us, so they said, "Guys, do you want to try another room? We're just wrapping one up. It's going to take about half an hour, whatever, to get it sorted." Yeah, okay.
Oh no.
Couple more beers in the bar. We didn't get out of that second room, and we were so late getting out. We had to ask them to let us out because we were going to miss our bus. And we were there. All the staff were there, like eating pizza because they had a successful launch party. We were still there, completely fucking up this room. So one day I'm going to go back sober and beat those rooms
And smash
was
it.
So bad, that performance. It was awful.
No.
Wow.
Oh, amazing.
Fun, but terrible.
Jamie, you just made me, Emma, Anna, and everybody out there in the world listening feel so much better about their worst performances.
You are so welcome. I'm a walking confidence course. You look at me and feel better about yourself.
On that note, guys, I think the bar is closing.
Ding,
And
ding,
it's time
ding.
to head home. Ding, ding, ding.
Time for a kebab and a pee in an alley.
Oh, yes.
Some cheese. Yeah, down Caroline Street.
Let us leave the radish and what Emma said.
Oh, shut up. You said, you named it. Yeah, I said it, but you chose it. I didn't.
John, it was all your fault.
Find a nice quiet wall to mash into.
There it is. Good night, guys.
Night, everybody. Drive safe.
A nice one.
Bye, guys.
Love you.
Bye.